Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this beautiful and abundant channel. It is Mama Manifests here. This is going to be a daily reading, meaning when you click on this, it's somewhere within 24 of 72 hours. It could have happened in the past already. It could be happening right now and playing out, or it could be in the near future. It is not sign specific. It's just if you were drawn here, trust that there is a reason why you were drawn here, right? Everything happens for a reason. And that includes you being here and hanging out with me. Okay. I hope you guys are well. I know the energy over the past couple days has been really pushing us to look within. A lot of healing. I think the last time we talked about broken heart, right? And that's not just, that doesn't just happen at the end of a relationship or when we lose somebody. I think sometimes the more we awaken, we go through heartbreak because we see things for how it is, right? We always want that sun card to come out. We always want illumination on things, but when it does and when we truly see it, there is an integration period, right? Because it's like the sun comes out and it's like we've wanted to see things clearly this entire time, but then sometimes it's heartbreaking and we have to integrate that information. So I guess those are the messages coming out before the message, and we're just going to dig in. We're going to see. I never know. I mean, sometimes I have like a clue as to what the reading is going to be about, but we'll really see today. I would like to just take a second to tap in. I am asking, hello, angels and higher vibrational energies. Hello. Thank you so much for using me as a channel for your divine wisdom from the perception higher than that we can see at this moment. Help us to see the highest storyline, right? And help me to deliver whatever and however needs to be delivered to the beautiful soul on the other side of this video. I'm inviting in any beings that would like to be here of unconditional love and divinity. And I thank you so much. Amen. All right, you guys, let's just go ahead and jump right in. We have a lot of oracles out today, so we'll see. Let's see what the story puts together, what story is put together here today. All right, we have one out here. Liberation, Rapunzel. We're being freed, right? Everything is material for your liberation. It is a card too, right? We're finding balance. It's a lot of the times we're reactive to things if we're triggered, right? And I think lately those more shadowy aspects of us has been triggered, right? And if you've been feeling like you're going through it, I get excited almost, because even though it may be difficult right now, you're doing very, very intensive work, really truly freeing yourself energetically, vibrationally, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually from things that once held you back, right? They're just roadblocks in the way. And those things are coming to the surface because the last couple readings, a lot of you follow, daily. The last couple readings were really pushing us to disconnect from all outside vibrations, right? Anybody, anything. Really keep what's going on to ourselves, right? And just really working through it ourselves, so that way we don't have a tainted vibration in which things are going through. We can hear our own voice. We can hear our higher self. And so you guys have been really working on that, right? And it definitely needed to be isolated in some way, shape, or form because of the heaviness of what we've been transmuting ultimately. And I guess Spirit's just really coming in to say that they acknowledge it. It hasn't been easy, but it is worth it. It is worth it. Okay, let's see what else we have. I want to see if there's any more. I love that. I mean, understanding with the card 8. And it's just talking about our power, what goes around comes around, and truly understanding and integrating these lessons, right, from a different perception than what we've had before, okay? And just keeping your purity of heart, I think, as we're moving through this energy, keeping your purity of heart while also finding the balance and doing what's best for you, trusting yourself, right? Seeing the truth, seeing the truth. Ooh. And I also want to let you guys know too, with this card coming through, I do feel like if things have been cold, right, lately, you know, you haven't, I think we all need connection, right? We all need connection to other people. And when we go into the hermit mode, obviously, we're intentionally isolating ourselves, but just it's energetically supported. And usually when we're in hermit mode, the people around us are in some sort of hermit mode. And so there might have been this just level of coldness, and you kind of just want to be held, right? Vibrationally, emotionally, in love. And I do feel like that there are going to be some people around you who really do show you that. And it's going to mean a lot to you at this time. It's going to mean a lot to you at this time. I feel like people are going to acknowledge who you are. And not that we need that outside validation, but it is nice every once in a while, especially when we've been moving through a lot of intellectual swords energy, you know, thoughts, and we've been sifting through and facing the darkest parts of ourselves, right? Head on. It can be scary and a very energetic process, energetically draining. And it can trigger a lot, right, of fears within us. But as we move into this new moon, that's what this new moon is all about. It's about embracing and facing our fears, being bold, being courageous. It's the new moon in Scorpio. So anything that was holding you back from truly being liberated and free is it's shedding, it's dying off, right, with the new moon in Scorpio, and it will continue to happen. You know, we have an eclipse, a full moon in Taurus, which is a lunar eclipse, I think on the 19th or 20th. And so just keep doing what you're doing. And I think so many of us, I think just collectively, the collective consciousness wants to run away from the pain, or think that, label it as there's something wrong. I mean, just look at our mental health systems. We're medicating people when they're supposed to be feeling through things. I don't really want to go down that route at this moment, but it's just not suppressing it or feeling like things are gonna, you know, go haywire. Yes, I mean, if we play into this shadowy energy, we can create circumstances for ourselves that are not ideal. But if we truly understand what's going on around us, then we can find peace in the pain. Peace. We can be in alignment as we process this information by just trying to surrender to it, or just not trying, surrendering to it. Surrendering to the process, realizing it is for the greatest good. This may not be my favorite energy to be in, but it is allowing for my liberation. It is allowing for my liberation. And doing anything to ground yourself in the process, because it can be very unsettling, right? It can be very unsettling. But if you just know this information, it's incredibly empowering, okay? Lots of stuff coming through. Yeah, and at the bottom of the deck, we have this memory card. And this talks about avoiding emotions, right? And what happens when we avoid our sadness or emotions, we take it out on the people around us, okay? We project that onto others. It can turn into anger. It can turn into an explosion. That can truly be avoided if we just take the time. And I feel like a lot of you have been, but if, you know, just ask yourself, have I been really utilizing this energy to sift through my emotions, or have I been trying to avoid my emotions? Okay, we can't avoid them. That just, it just fills up and fills up and fills up, and then we don't get the results out of life that we want. Today we're going to pull from the Kim Krans archetype deck. And I love this deck. I don't know how many are going to come out. How many do I want? Yeah, I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do 3, a past, present, and future energy. Energy is fluid. We have a lot of choice, right? We can understand the energy, and based on experience level, we can use it to our benefit, right? We don't have to surrender to complete pain. We can surrender to finding peace in the pain and just accepting where we're at in this moment, realizing if you don't have it, I heard this yesterday, if you don't have it, you don't need it. What do you really need? What do you really need? And if you have like very, very basic needs provided for you, you know, and you have a lot of restriction otherwise, know that you're learning how to surrender, right? And you're learning about what's truly important, right? And I think that's something that happens over time naturally with age, but there are people in this world who die never understanding what's truly important, right? And I don't know how old you guys are or young, right? It doesn't matter. But we have an opportunity to really move past this stuff and truly understand what's important in life. And that itself is a gift. And if that's the basis of your gratitude right now, let it be the basis of your gratitude. You are in the process of being liberated. I guarantee there's a ton of people around you who live in chaos every single day and don't have a toolbox, right? Send them love and be extraordinarily grateful for the opportunity that you have, okay? All right, let's see here. Wow, there's the truth coming out in the past. It's also initiation energy. And I was talking about that as we opened up, right? The sun illuminates things. It's just a level, it's an initiation. We're seeing things from a higher perspective. And it truly is an honor, right? Once you get to these higher level vibrations of perspective, that is a gift. But sometimes that gift can be wrapped in crap. And it can, we're like, return to sender. No, embrace it. And know that it may not be super duper great and comfortable right now, but in the long run, where you're going, it is worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it. I promise you guys, it is worth it. The peace that you are able to find in any situation, that is a tool that nobody can take away from you, right? Things, people, places, and things are fallible, right? They can be taken away from us, but our faith, our courage, our confidence in ourselves, our purpose and our alignment, we have control over that. Remember that. Presently, we have the womb energy, meaning I almost feel like, we're in the womb right now, and it's, and when you're in the womb, you're in a fetal position. Maybe some of you need to do the yoga pose, like child's pose. You can look it up on how to do it. It's very easy. It's very relaxing. It's very comfortable. But that will make you feel safe, will return you to safety, or remind you that you are, in fact, safe and protected. And this isolation does create other feelings, right? It can be very scary when we're moving through shadowy energy to be in hermit mode, right? It can be, because our thoughts can get the best of us, but realize and not try to force those thoughts away, and realize that we're working through them. And while we're in the womb, we want to keep things, we want to keep the energy clear, right? Where it's just a baby, right? How do we take care of a baby that's in the womb? How does the mother take care of herself, right? And how do we take care of a little baby? That's kind of where we are, right? Being reborn in between two worlds, right? The Nine of Swords often comes up, which is the nightmare card, the PTSD card, while we're in between two worlds. Nobody really talks about that, but that is part of the process. And just giving yourself grace, love, forgiveness, realizing that what you're doing is very important work, and just being really connected to your purpose and your why. Why do you do this right now? And also understand that that's what's unfolding from this energy as well. The pain that you're sifting through, the energetic upgrades, all of that. Okay, a lot, but it's just important to protect yourself right now. And I'm going to, that's funny. Okay, so I did this Empath and Lightworker morning meditation today. It's a protection meditation to do every day. It's 11 minutes, but at the end, I know this is just a 2D triangle, but you put yourself in a prism right there at the end energetically, and that came up. So I'm going to put a link to that meditation down below. It was just extraordinary, and I do plan to do it most days. before I get going. Because just right now, it's just so important to stay energetically connected and grounded to your truth. It is so incredibly easy when we're in between two worlds to be swept up by lower vibrations. And we don't want to be swept up by lower vibrations, okay? And then in the future energy, we have the mountain, okay? And look at he's staying in the center of the mountain. I usually get a lot of different messages off this, but yeah, you're in the center of the mountain, okay? And there's a lot of fire around him, and he's being cleansed right now before he goes down the other side of the mountain, okay? And there's a lot of fiery energy here, and just continue. I don't know if I put it in a couple days ago. I'm going to put a fire cleanse meditation. I'm going to put both of those. I feel like both of those will be very useful over the next 24 to 72 hour period, those two meditations. Just keeping yourself energetically cleansed right now, okay? And really keeping your perception clear of this situation. I think that's incredibly important, right? Not finding a victim mentality. Things around you, circumstances around you may be very scary, right? But know that that's all happening for a reason. It's all happening for your liberation, and you're going to feel amazing here pretty soon, okay? I'm going to get out the book. I want to see what Kim Kranz says about this mountain. So just give me a second. There it is. Because I feel like it'll add a lot of words of wisdom and trigger me in a good way to share with you some more information. The ascent, the peak, the insurmountable. The mountain stands eternally in our awareness, calling us toward its peak. It stirs up stoic and regal feelings, reminding us of the long line of spirits, sages, and gods that made their humble thrones within its snowy peaks. Beware, though, as the mountain can affect us in two ways. It can inspire and enliven us to rise to new heights and peak experience, yet it can also create isolation, competitiveness, and an inflated sense of self. Standing upon its heights can activate the purist and the perfectionist in us, creating separation from those we deem to be below. No matter how high you ascend, remember that it is within the core of the mountain that the gems, minerals, and jewels reside. If you think it's all about going up, you're following the fool's path and missing the miner's magic. Grounded in the eternal, steadfast, uplifting, and then when dark, ominous, daunting, isolating, and frigid. Yeah, we want to be in a hermit mode. We don't want to be isolating. We want to keep everything in balance right now and understand that this energy coming up can either inspire us and really push us to move forward, or it can put us in this place of almost pride, okay? And keeping this energy balanced is truly it's impressive, right? And I feel like for each and every one of you understanding this information and then walking through it, you'll be properly equipped on how to truly use it for your advantage, because it does say it can inspire and enliven us to rise to new heights and peak experience, right? We're being constrained and constricted to really push through and be inspired and get done what we need to get done. But on the same, it can have this it says inflated sense of self, right? Feeling superior to those around us, and just keeping all of that in check, right? During this, there's so much divine balance, right? That we all have been learning about and creating and now living, right? And so those are just some reminders, right? Be in hermit mode, protect your energy, but don't be isolating, right? And finding that balance and staying in prayer, staying in meditation to really see and connect with your higher self on how to move forward. Okay. So that's what we have there. Let's see if there's any messages from this oracle deck. I think it's the energy oracle. What do we have here? We have indecision, and it wanted to come out in reverse. We don't need to really make decisions right now, okay? or we need to make the decision to stay committed to our path and the highest truth. I think if anything, that's all you need to do. All of the other details, let them work themselves out right now. Stop obsessing over the would, could, gonna be, the future and the past, right? That's what I'm really feeling from this. And that is not helping you to stay grounded, because it's creating all of these other scenarios that haven't even happened yet. You're not even right there. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Journey, right? You're in the middle of the journey. That's funny, because I was thinking about that card when I was talking about the other cards, but that is just wild, right? There's a lot, there's signs, like different directions to go in, but you see that she's on this bridge right now, which I almost feel like with this womb energy, right? It's like in between two worlds, like I was talking about before, but she is in her magic. If you can see, there's like rainbow illuminated around her. There's magic, right? And it is dark outside, right? It's like she's crossing this, but she's illuminating her own path, staying present, using the spiritual principles that she has learned, right? One more, please. The thinking woman. Yeah, a lot of intellectual chatter going on here, but I feel like a very Queen of Swords energy here, but she's reading a book. She has a butterfly around her. Let me look at this card coming here. I just feel like you guys are going to overcome whatever. You're going to use all of the information. I feel like sometimes we need a reminder that we have all of the answers within us, right? You have been working so hard on your journey, and you've had so many energetic experiences that have prepared you for this. You wouldn't be here where you are at if you hadn't gone through these experiences and if you weren't prepared, right? Honoring yourself for what you've been through, and knowing that you have the answers within. Everything that you have went through has prepared you for this, but also, right, using that intellectual energy toward, taking care of yourself, seeing the highest truth, right? Not the truth that's the most comfortable for you, because a lot of the times, with the indecision, right, the Two of Swords like energy, we already know what we know, right? It might not be exactly time to act, but we already know what we know. And I think the indecision is created when we don't like the answers that we have gotten. This is about trust. This is a moment of trust. It's a moment of faith. And it's a moment to just stay grounded, okay? These are daily readings, so just understand that it's not always going to be like this, right? Enjoy the journey. Find magic in the journey right now, right here. Embrace and stop trying to get out of the energy that you're in, right? Find beauty with exactly where you're at. Again, if you don't have it, you don't need it right now. And, having that wisdom and being able to discern, you are able to discern. Trust yourself. And if you don't have the exact answers, right? You know how it's the ego questions itself, and the higher self just knows exactly what to do. And we have to wait for those moments of inspired action, right? And they do come, and we know unequivocally. So, and if you've had those moments in the past, just trust that this is going to be one of those moments as well. When you need to act, you will act. You are equipped to act. You're ready to go. You can do this, okay? But stay present, the wisdom to know exactly what you can do for the greatest good of all in this moment, right here and right now. We're going to finish this reading out with one more card for guidance. I love you all, and I'm very proud of each and every one of you. Very proud. I mean, what you're doing is revolutionary, and it's not easy, but your soul is a warrior and wise. I love this. The Eight of Swords reverse. Well, I mean, I have mixed feelings about this energy right here. We can free ourselves. Any restrictions that we feel are caused by the stuff that we have discussed here. You are in the driver's seat here. There are things we can't control and there are things we can control. And what we can control is our approach and how we handle this situation. Trust that you have the answers within. Staying present is going to be the antidote to this energy right here. What else do we have? And just be mindful of doing, like, handling things in the same way. Be empowered with knowing that, you know, if you get into a place of peace, that you'll be given the instructions on exactly how to move forward. You have the answers within you. There's a lot of fear based on, you know, trying to figure everything out right this second. Just focus on you. Focus on, you know, your emotions, right? Keep this energy within you. Stop looking for distractions and things to fix it. It's not going to go away, okay? We have this chariot on its side here. And I just feel like some of you, I don't want to heed this as a warning or to scare any of you, but the chariot is a moving vehicle, right? And it creates momentum. And I feel like some of you are truly on the verge. You know, you're empowered here and everything I just told you, but just knowing how you have to pay attention while you're driving. You have to pay, like, and I'm not talking about actually driving. Just imagine you're on a journey right now. You're on a road trip, okay? You are in your vehicle driving to where you need to go, but you need to pay attention, okay? Pay attention right now. Be as present as you possibly can, so that way you can observe what is going on around you. Okay? It's very important to stay grounded and present in this moment, right? We don't want to be consumed by the chaos going on around us. We want to be the eye of the storm. And knowing and taking on our own responsibility and our own duty that if we don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. You're the one equipped with the wisdom. Believe in yourself. Believe in this path. Remind yourself of why you started, right? And do what you need to do. Take care of yourself. I don't want to be too pushy, but those 2 meditations that I am going to put down below, please take a moment, a peaceful moment to do those for yourself, right? So that way your vision is clear and you can move through this energetically, right? Getting to where you need to go, okay? I do feel like some of you are kind of consumed by past energy, and I'm not telling you to not feel that, but I mean, you have to feel through it. It can be like, it can indicate like not seeing things clearly or not seeing the bigger lesson with the 6 of Cups reverse, kind of looking at things from like a victim mentality almost. And that's what I mean with the fire cleanse and with the protection meditation. It's just really important right now. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. And I love you guys. I will see you very soon. You got this. You got this. You got this. And you're just in the process of being liberated, right? Like 8 of Swords reverse and liberation, they're both liberated. You're being liberated from the restrictions, right? Your own past stuff, all of that. And get excited about where you are going, right? Like there's almost this, like he wants to pull over on the side of the road with it coming out, the chariot on the side there, right? And I get it. And if you need to rest, pull over on the side of the road and rest. I trekked across the country in my car fairly recently. And if it was dark out, and I was driving all day, I didn't want to keep pushing myself. I needed to, go to a hotel, get some rest, get some food, get some water, like stretch, all of that. So don't forget those very important, small, but very important things, right? Like there's small details right now. Pay attention, okay? Stay vigilant. And again, I'm not meaning to instill any fear in anybody, but just take care of yourself, right? You got this. I love you. I love you all so very much. And I'll be here tomorrow. I will. Okay? Enjoy your day. Namaste and God bless.